Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, let us talk about something that affects millions: land costs in urban peripheries. The real bottleneck for affordable housing. Affordable housing has been in the nexus of social justice, urban planning, and economic growth in India. It is not actually building houses, but making sure that everyone has access to a secure and dignified housing that will allow social mobility and economic involvement. Nevertheless, even with decades of plans and policies such as Indira Awas Yojana de Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana PMAY, the housing shortage in India, especially in a city, is a thorn in the flesh. The cost of land is one of the factors that has dominated this crisis. As much as the talk on the increase in construction cost, materials and labor take headlines, the real problem is that the city land itself has become unaffordable, expensive, limiting what and where can be constructed cheaply. The rising cost of urban land. The value of urban land in India has been dramatic within the past 20 years. A confluence of speedy urbanization, speculative development, and short supply of serviced land has stipulated a rise in land prices in most major metropolitan regions more rapidly than the price of construction or even the demand of housing itself. In most Tier 1 cities, the area is 30 to 60% of the overall cost of a residential unit, whereas in a city center, it may be more than 70%. Even with such proportions, the cost of affordable housing is not financially viable except when the land is offered at concessional rates or subsidized by the government. The peripheralization of affordable housing. With increasing prices of land in the inner city areas, developers are bound to flock to the outskirts of the city, where the land and its acquisition are much more affordable. This is what is termed as the peripheralization, which has turned out to be the spatial trend of affordable housing in India. New belts of cheap projects are now emerging tens of kilometers out of central business districts in the outskirts of Delhi, Mumbai, Pune, Bengaluru, and Chennai, often in areas that were a few years ago agricultural or semi-rural. Policy frameworks and the politics of land. The land is political in nature. The more profound power structures in society are reflected in decisions of who holds power over it, how it is appreciated, and the beneficiaries of its development. The land politics in India has had a significant influence on the housing scenario. Rules that are pertaining to land acquisition, conversion, and development rights are convoluted, overlapping, and inconsistent within states. These layers of controls not only increase the transaction costs, but also provide good platforms of rent-seeking and litigation, which increase prices and slow down projects. Speculation, infrastructure, and uneven development. Probably the most pernicious reason behind the increase of the land cost is speculative investment. The investors would buy peri-urban land in anticipation of an increment in the urban growth or infrastructure development, and would keep the land idle, awaiting the development. The infrastructure announcements, such as new highways, metro lines, and industrial corridors, are instantly converted into land speculations, and this forces the prices up before the construction has commenced. This creates a vicious circle. Speculation leads to price inflation. Further speculation is justified as a consequence. This displaces the inducers and developers of projects with accessible land. It makes their projects self-perpetuating. Spatial inequality is brought by infrastructure itself. Regions that enjoy good connectivity in terms of metro lines, arterial roads, or airports experience a geometrical growth in the presence of land value, and other areas fail to grow. This imbalanced distribution of infrastructures leads to an unbalanced pattern of urban growth. Developers pursue land along high-price paths, disregarding other potentially useful locations. The housing becomes unaffordable, driving even cheaper housing much further away to form a patchwork of gated enclaves and disjointed low-income neighborhoods. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.